Hello YouTube, how everyone doing? I hope y'all are doing wonderful. This subject here is on a lot of stuff that's going on in the world. For instance, before I get into talking about what Tommy said about a child that had committed suicide, which he time and time again he have said many things and many hateful things about kids that committed suicide. Now, it don't just start in the home. You see, with kids in the home, you have to teach your kid not to bully. You have to teach your kid when a female says no, say that means no. And if you cannot teach your kid compassion, love, or any of that, bad things can happen to your child and others. Because there's a lot of other kids that are probably either being abused or being hurt time and time again. And it's a lot of people that don't do shit about it. It's teachers that sit there and watch it and don't say a damn thing. And then when that child commits suicide, they try to cover it up and try to say they wasn't being bullied. You see it every day. Amanda Todd, it was a little person that was being bullied. It was a young girl was being bullied. It was other young girl was being bullied by a teacher. And people look and they say things like, they just say harmful things. When you go to a teacher, the teacher supposed to help that child. If that teacher do not have the capacity to help a child, they don't need to be in that profession. And that goes for anyone in a school system. They're supposed to be there to step in and to help kids. If you sit there and cover it up, you're just as bad as a bully. If you sit there and do the things you do and not help and cannot see the things, even if they're drawing violent ass pictures, if you cannot see that child's hurting for a reason, what the fuck are you doing in the school system? What the fuck are you doing in the school system? What the fuck you're a teacher? Because people put their kids on a bus every day for you to take care of and for you to do things the right way. But you don't. These are for the bad bus drivers, the bad teachers, the bad therapists, the bad everything. And any principal, assistant principal, that goes for all y'all asses. The fucking school board too. Because y'all don't not handle y'all goddamn job. But what if it come to your goddamn kid, you'll fucking do it. You'll fucking probably actually step up. You'll fucking protect your child. So when someone else bring their kid in that school and allow their kid to go to that school, you need to protect their child just as well as you protect yours. That's point fucking blank. And that's why if any teacher that's not fucking protecting kids and listening to kids and stopping the bullying and stuff like that, they need to be fired a fucking immediately. That's for all of them. If you can't make the goddamn change, get the fuck out of there. We don't need your ass in there. You need to be a fucking out of here. Because I'm getting tired of fucking kids getting on a bus, getting sent to the wrong school. Kids getting on a bus, getting bullied by fucking people that supposed to be taking care of them, supposed to be watching out for them. I know this for a fact. Why I know this for a fact? Because I was in a classroom. I had a teacher that used to say little fuck shit to me. I just got changed from another classroom to another classroom. Now, if I took it another way, as in pressing charges on them, but, bullying a kid ain't really nothing to a cop. They just throw that on the rug. They don't care. But it's just things that they do. It don't make any fucking sense. I don't want to get into what that teacher was saying or whatever because, hey, I just got transferred to another classroom, and I ain't have to be bothered with him no more. But also, you say things to me. I was the type of kid. You say things to me, I'm gonna say it back. That's the type of kid I was. Anyways, the other thing that I witnessed that a teacher had said. Now, he was a class clown or whatever. He was a class clown. He used to make jokes in the class and stuff like that. And a teacher said to the whole classroom. You done repeated this class time and time again. You dumb as fuck. She like, you dumb as hell or something. She said something about being dumb. And I'm like, okay. Yes, he was being a little asshole. He was being loud. He was making jokes. Half the classroom was laughing. Yes, he was disturbing the class. But to call him dumb and belittle him like that, that's kind of messed up. That's the fucked up part about it. And also talked about how he repeated a class twice. So that's another fucked thing to say. She should have pulled him to the side, took him to the principal office or whatever. Shit, discipline him that way. Don't sit there and embarrass the guy. I don't know what happened to him. I think he dropped out shortly after that or whatever. But I didn't stay quiet. I told another teacher that I respected a lot. But it wasn't too much she can do. And even, I believe she did go to the principal and report that fucking Halfa, but it probably didn't make a difference. Because they like to fucking cover themselves and stuff like that. That's just what they do. Before, now here's a very key part. Before, this school was an all-white fucking school. It had majority white people there. It was no black people there. It was no Spanish. It was no Indian. It was no fucking Chinese. It was no any race. It was only white there. And so it was a prominent white school. So somewhere around, they got in trouble because there was only white people there. So basically, the school board or whoever made this damn decision to fucking send us from the school that we was at, then send us to that school. Which was fucked up because I was happy at the school I was before I came there. And see, the fortunate thing is, I had my grandma that was my advocate. And then she came up there and she told them, hey, I'm tired of coming up here every time I turn around and y'all fucking with my granddaughter. She said, she didn't have no problems like this at her other schools. This is the only damn school she had a problem with it. Yeah, she kind of went off. She said a lot of things. I cannot repeat that. But anyways, my point is basically that's how I know how it works. So I have no reason to fucking lie. I know how that fucking works. And a lot of other parents know how it fucking works. I went to another school when I was in elementary school. A principal hit this boy with a fucking chair, broke a chair over his fucking back. That principal still stayed at that goddamn school for fucking years afterwards. The mother tried to get the school sued and stuff like that. Nothing fucking happened. So I know what the fuck. It's 2020 fucking 2 now. It's 2020 fucking 2 and bullshit like this still happening. This shit happened when I was young. This shit happened when I was in high school. This shit happened when it doesn't matter. They just don't do nothing. Well, it's time now for them to start fucking opening their eyes and stop doing and letting this shit just be swept on the fucking rug. It don't make no goddamn sense. Every time you turn around. It's every time you turn around.
Well, almost nobody. I talk about it in my videos a lot about how horrible black single mothers are. I don't just say it as my opinion. I prove it with facts. I prove it with stories. America has the least educated children in America. How would it be possible for that to happen? Do these black women just magically become educated at 18? Shouldn't they be the most educated children if they're the most educated adults? Well, I'm Tommy Sotomayor, and, well, it's easy for me to prove. Of yours is being bullied in school, or school is violent that your child goes to. What would you do? Would you not even try to find out if these schools were bad before you even had children in that area? Well, a parent who loved their children and wanted to have their children in the best environment, well, they would. But not black women. Nope. They'll have their children anywhere and will end up blaming the environment that they put their children in. And that's the story that you have right now. A young girl by the name of Tiara Perkins killed herself. Her mother says because of bullying. Her mother has turned to, guess where? GoFundMe to get some money at the expense of her child. Ain't that something? Want to hear more? Fuck it. Let's break some news. Ladies and gentlemen.
The bullying after a young girl takes her own life after what her family describes persistent harassment.
13-year-old Tierra died days ago and all...
See, black girls have to see black women walk around with silky hair like white women when they know they didn't grow their hair like that. That's a number one start to a problem in a young girl's life.
Her family is speaking out against bullying because they don't want this to happen to any other child.
Her family is speaking out against bullying. But let me ask all of you guys out there, all over the world, but especially here in the United States, who bullied you more than anybody else growing up? Yes, black girls. I'm a 45-year-old man. Guess who bullies me now? Yep. Go follow me on Instagram. Go follow me on Twitter. Go and watch the kind of stuff black women will say to any and everybody, to their faces, and not care. The thing that is known about black women is how rude they are.
My daughter was amazing.
Now he's picking at the girl's mother.
Daughter was amazing. She was strong, quirky, goofy, and she was strong. Why did she kill herself? If she was quirky and goofy, then she shouldn't feel bad that people call her quirky and goofy. Now would she? I mean, I'm just saying, if you're gonna say the things like you're dead saying right here, I would assume that you would understand that saying that she's strong would mean that she didn't kill herself. Also, probably saying that she's quirky and goofy would be reason to why people would bully her for being quirky and goofy.
Tierra loved cooking and baking.
Yet again, making jokes.
Yes, just like black people never let me forget that I am black and crispy. That I am like midnight. That I am smoky. That I am too black to be considered handsome. You know, like that. And guess who told me this? It typically was women.
Talking about her braces.
He's going on and on about his bullcrap that what he going through. It's not about your dark. It's not about anything people say. It's about how you make jokes about their deaths. It's like how you talk and trying to make fun of this woman. It's about stuff like that. And you wonder why they turned it around on you, just like what you do. Just like you make fucked up jokes about Kanika Dickens being dead in the refrigerator. Just like that. You do this to yourself. Because the main thing you do is pick at people. You're a 45-year-old man. And it's a goddamn shame your ass is on a fucking YouTube. Spreading your filth around. And anyone to listen to him and cash and send him money or whatever the case may be, y'all ought to be ashamed of yourself too. Y'all, that makes y'all just as bad as him.
Like that. And guess who told me this? It typically was women.
Talking about her braces, to talking about her weight, from talking about her clothes.
From talking about her weight, from talking about her clothes, from talking about her... What I want y'all to understand, look at the weave, look at the makeup, look at the designer frames.
If you want to rock...
Now he's talking about the mother, how she's wearing designer stuff and stuff like that. But he's... Oh.
Look at the child here with the long weave. Look at the child here with the long weave. It's a child.
From talking about her hair.
Or did you, ma'am? Because if you did, you would have dressed her like a child. If you did, and again, black women, everything that she said, from talking about her clothes, from talking about her body, why do you think so many black women are out here now getting their bodies altered? Because all y'all do is talk about their clothes and talk about their body. Y'all will live in the hood, but will say that somebody's broke because they don't have designer clothes or a designer car. Why would your children think differently than Meg Thee Stallion, Cardi B, and every other black woman you've thrown out in front of them that you yourself is trying to dress like as a mother? You walked out in front of the news camera with your best hair on, with your drawn on eyebrows, with your eyelashes on fleek, with your makeup on fleek, so much so you look like a gelfling, with your frames on. Everything about you says stuck on yourself, superficial.
Tiara didn't want to.
Amount of makeup on that child. Eyelashes on a child. You can't find pictures of my child like that, and she's 15. You're talking about what somebody else did to your child? How about what you did?
Was looking forward to going.
Her took her own life.
Do you know what that?
Do you know? Look at your daughter's hair.
Feel like to pick your back?
I know y'all know I have a real problem with black women because they're just extra. They always doing the most, 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 doing the most. They always doing the most. Do you know what it's like to pick up your baby and sit down there and bleeding? Do you know? Boy, if you don't go somewhere and shoot yourself. You listen to this woman with all this face full of makeup, face full of weed, glasses on, holding the mic. Do you know? Always pronouncing words real hard at the end. Just full-on idiots. Listen again. I want y'all to take a look in the back. These are the Marvel Easter eggs. Thank you, Kevin. Said pro-blacks ain't shit and can't stand them. You know why? Because everybody understands you can't stop the love black women have for white men. You can't stop it. Don't stop saying calm, cool, and collective. What is wrong with niggas? And y'all just like it's a worldwide epidemic. No matter where you niggas are, you always mispronounce this. It's calm, cool, and collected. You can't be collective unless it's a bunch of y'all in one place. I guess at this point, it would be a collective. The fucking hive that y'all have become. You always think it's some dude, some bad guy. I'm shooting that white man in the back of the head and people got mad at me because I pointed out a truth. The white man was doing her a bigger favor than anybody else because the white man was actually paying for it. The white man actually let her live in the house. The white man didn't put her on the stroll. The white man compensated her. The white man felt so bad for her, he fed her. He didn't dog her out, and that's how he ended up getting shot in the back of the head. Because if he had just been about his business...
I think I remember that story. That story is about a young girl that was pimped out by that white man by his various men. She was a runaway. On top of that, she got tired of it one particular time and she killed him. It's another case where same thing, being on a runaway, get snatched up by this dude and rape her repeatedly, put her out on the street, make her pimp her, and she killed him too. And one got let off and out of jail. The other one, I think she's still in jail. But here's the thing about it. You got this little girl that was a runaway, 12 years old. One was 12 and one was 13. And pimped her out. And she don't get off. And that was basically, she was a fucking minor when it happened. And she still was a minor when she killed him.
Doing things that they know can harm them, but expecting someone else to not harm them. i.e., walking down a alley at 2 in the morning in a tight dress. Because in their mind, they say, you shouldn't want to touch me at all. So they're trying to convince the guy, the rapist, who's the lawbreaker, to not rape them, because that's wrong. You don't hear men
Wow.